They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and He on my side. That's the confidence I got, 'cause He got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Voting with Kimmy J, which is a off topic from COB with Coach Kimmy J. We are going to go ahead and be looking at several state primary elections slash midterms that are coming up very quickly. Starting off this particular month, we actually will be talking about the state of Ohio, the Buckeye State today, in regards to their midterm elections, which, believe it or not, are going to be held on tomorrow, Tuesday, May 5th. So, first of all, I cannot take any credit for the music that was provided in the intro. I do not own the rights to it. That was provided to us by an artist named Andy Mineo singing "You Can't Stop Me." So, want to make sure we give a shout out to Andy for a song that just reminds me of why I can't be stopped, and also gets you to kind of just having an upbeat tempo, positive mindset. So anyway, without further ado, because we have a lot of information to try to cover. So as I stated, I am Coach Kimmy J. I reside in the state of Alabama, and as we know, the United States, it was placed on my heart and my spirit to go ahead and try to inform voters of who the candidates were, remind them of very important dates that are going on, because we have to get out of the mindset, number one, that our votes don't matter, because they do. The biggest other myth that we have to get out of our mind is that the only elections that are important is the presidential election, and that is also not true. It starts before then. We need to pay attention to what's going on in our cities, what's going on in our counties, what's going on in our states. And so, like I said, without further ado, I'm going to come to you with this information, especially pertaining to the states. Again, important dates, who your candidates are. I'm not trying to promote a particular party. I'm not trying to produce or promote a particular candidate. I just want you to be familiar with the names. I want you to know where you can find this information for yourself. It's important to educate ourselves and not just be blinded by commercials or hearsay or what our family decides to do or our friends do. You want to make these decisions for yourself, because at the end of the day, not only will it impact you, but if you have children, nieces, nephews, children, any children involvement in your life, your family, you want to make sure that what you do now will impact their future and their present as well. So, first off, like I said, we're starting with Buckeye State, Ohio, because their elections are first up on the list. They actually have their primary elections on tomorrow, Tuesday, May 5th. Hopefully, everyone has sent in person, online, and your pre-registrations and all of these things to vote, because all deadlines have now passed. The only thing you have left would be your mail-in ballots, which must be received by tomorrow. Okay, that's the only thing left that you have. Make sure that if you're mailing in a ballot, it has to be received by tomorrow, May 5th. If you have any questions about anything pertaining to your state, if you want to know what your counties are, if you want to know who your candidates are, because we have a lot of things that are going on per state. Ohio, as well as voting for your governor, your lieutenant governor, your secretary of state, and all of that. I'm going to throw out some names. I'm going to give you a website that you yourself can go on to, type it in, plug in your state, and voila, it will give you not only the names of the candidates that are running for these positions. It lets you know they're Democratic, if they're Democrat or Republican. It lets you click on their name, and it will give you their profile and a little bio information about their stances on different things, their professional background, their educational background. So there is no excuse to say I didn't know, I had no idea who was running, because it's just as bad to vote and just put somebody down because you like how their name sounds versus what their stances are. Okay, so I'm going to pull up some information on my end so that we can go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. I have some things pulled up already, but it's a lot of information, so we're going to really push through. All right, so Ohio, your Buckeye State midterm selections tomorrow, Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Again, the only thing that is left for you that has not passed or expired is the mail-in ballots must be received by tomorrow. That's it. Okay, who are the candidates running for the governor of Ohio? We have Amy Acton, Democratic Party. We have Casey Putsch, who's Republican. Don Kissick, who's liberal. Heather Hill, Republican. And Vivek Ramaswamy, Republican. Please go on ballotready.org. That's ballot, BALLOT, ready, READY.org. All one word. Type in that website. You can go and select your state of Ohio. It will tell you the dates that I have told you. It will also let you know if there's a runoff, what date that will be. It will allow you to go to each individual candidate, let you know their party, let you know their political party, lets you know what they're running for, and also gives you their profile that has their information on it. So we just went over who's running for the governor for the state of Ohio. The lieutenant governor candidates that we have. We're going to have David Pepper running from Democratic, James L. Mills, Liberal, Kim Georgeton for Republican, Robert McCauley, Republican, and Stuart Moats running for Republican parties for your lieutenant governor. Check out who's running for Secretary of State for Ohio. We have Allison Russo, Democratic, Brian Hambly, also Democratic, Marcel Stribich, Republican, Robert Sprague, Republican, and Tom Cruise will be running for the Liberal Party in regards to the Secretary of your state. Your state attorney general candidates are as follows: Elliot Forehand, Democratic, John J. Coolidge, Democratic, and Keith Faber running for Republican for the attorney general. Next up is your state auditor. Those candidates consist of Annette M. Blackwell, Democratic, and Frank LaRose, who's running for the Republican Party. Your state treasurer, here are your candidates for Ohio: J. Edwards Jr., Republican, Christina Daly Rogner, Republican, and Seth Wash will be running the Democratic Party for your state treasurer. U.S. Senator, you have candidates Jeffrey M. Cantor, Liberal, John Husted, Republican, Ron Kincaid, Democratic, Sherrod Brown, Democratic, William Bill B. Radpath is the Liberal running for your U.S. Senator. Your U.S. Representatives, the candidates for District 1, Damon Lynch, Democratic, Eric Conroy, Republican, Greg Landsman, Democratic, Holly Adams, Republican, John D. Hancock, Liberal, Rosemary Oglesby Henry, Republican, and Stephen Erbick, Republican. Representative Congressional District 2, you have candidates Bob Carr, Republican, Dave J. Taylor, Republican, Jennifer Mazzucchelli, Democrat, and Todd Wilson, Democrat. Representative Congress District 3, this is a lot of reading, forgive my tongue slips. Cleophas Delaney is Republican, Joe Girard, Democrat, Joyce Beatty, Democrat. Representative Congressional District 4, candidates are Jim Jordan, Republican, and Joshua Kolonsky, Democrat. District 5, we have candidates Bob Lotta, Republican, Brian Shaver, Democrat, Daniel J. Burkett, Democrat, Martin Herberling, Democrat, and Scotty Tabor, Democrat. Congressional District 6, candidates are Adrian Vitas, Democrat, Brent Haney, Democrat, Charlie DePalma, Democrat, Julie Kelly, Republican, Malcolm Ritchie, Democrat, Michael A. Ruley, Republican, Sean Cannoli, Democrat. Representative Congressional District 7, candidates are Anne Marie Donegan, Democrat, Brian Poindexter, Democrat, Ed Fitzgerald, Democrat, John R. Butchko, Democrat, Keith Mundy, Democrat, Lauren Rodriguez Caborn, Democrat, Max Miller, Republican, Michael Eisner, Democrat, and Scott A. Schultz, Democrat. District 8, our candidates are Mandaris Grant, Democrat, Vanessa Enoch, Democrat, and Warren Davidson running for the Republican Party. District 9, Aaliyah Needham, Republican, Anthony B. Campbell, Republican, David E. Gerdet, Liberal, Derek Marin, Republican, Josh Williams, Republican, Madison Sheehan, Republican, Marcy Kaptur, Democrat, and Matthew Altheus is running for the Liberal Party. District 10 candidates, we have David Ezrati, Democrat, Jan Kenner, Democrat, Janice C. Beckett, Democrat, Christina Nickelbacher, Democrat, Manuel Foggy, Democrat, Mike Turner, Republican, Tom F. McMasters, Liberal, and Tony Pombo for Democrat. We continue on with Congressional District 11. Our candidates are Ardelia Holmes, Democrat, James Hemphill, Republican, Mike Kirshner, Republican, Sean Freeman, Democrat, and Chantel Brown, Democrat. For District 12, we have Democratic Party Representatives Daniel Crawford and Jason Renard and Gerald Christian. The Republican Party is Troy Balderson. District 13, for the Republican Party, we have Kerry Coleman, Kevin Ciambidi, Margaret E. Bryan, Neil Patel, and Sanjan Dragovac. The Democratic Party candidate is Amelia Sykes. District 14, for the Democratic Party, we have Bill O'Neill, Carl Setzer, Maria Eva Jukic. And for Republicans, we have Dave P. Joyce and Nikki Frangico. District 15, Democratic candidates are Adam C. Miller and Don Leonard. Republican Party for District 15, we have Mike Carey and Samuel Ronan. That concludes the U.S. Representative Congressional districts and their candidates running, as well as the parties. All right, for state senators, District 1, we have Craig Riddell and James M. Hoops, both Republicans, running for District 1 for the state senator. Running for State Senator District 3, we have candidates Michelle Reynolds, Republican, and Natasha Wheatley Gayfrey, Democrat. District 5, State Senator candidate is Phil Plummer. He's Republican. We have District 7. Again, these are for State Senator. You have Republican Party Kim Lukens and Zach Haynes, and Kara Jacobs for the Democratic Party. District 9, we have candidates Catherine D. Ingram, Democrat, as well as Linda Matthews, who's running for the Republican Party. District 11, again, State Senator, we have James Nowak, Republican, Kenneth Sharp, Liberal, and Paula Hicks Hudson, Democratic. District 13, we have Republican Gail Manning, Democratic Party, Joseph Joe A. Miller III. District 15, candidates are Joseph Healy for the Republican and Latna M. Humphrey, Democratic. District 17, we have Brian A. Deere for the Democratic Party and Shane Wilkin for the Republican Party. Reminder again, these are still districts that are running for your state senator. We have District 19, Beth Lear, Republican, Janet Wagner, Democrat, and Ryan Rivers running for the Republican Party. For District 21, you have Dolores Gray Ford and Kit Smith running for the Democratic Party. Mikhail Alterman is Republican. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I didn't add any extra syllables in that name. That's for District 21. District 23, we have for the Democratic Party, Bride Rose Sweeney, Republican Party, Robert E. Denneman. District 25 candidates, we have for the Democratic Party, Bill DeMora and Jesse Baker, Republican Party, Don Roberts. For District 27, Mike Roberto, Democratic Party, Steve Demetrio, Republican. District 29 candidates are Jan Timken for the Republican Party and Thomas E. West for Democratic. District 31, we have Al Landis, Republican, and Laura Sirot for Democratic. For District 33, we have Alessandro Al Catruno and Christopher Zelonish, along with David Johnson running for the Republican Party, and Michael Kripchak for the Democratic Party. Again, those were your representatives for state district. Those were the representatives for state senator per districts provided. Your state representatives, also keep in mind the districts that you're in. For state representative, you have District 1, we have two Democratic candidates, Christopher Robbins and Dontavius Geralds, and we have Joel A. Greff for the Republican Party, District 1 state representative. Candidates for District 2, state representative, we have Charity King and Michael D. Cole, both running for the Democratic Party. State Representative District 3, Ishmael Muhammad, Democratic Party. District 4, Beryl Brown Picolatonio, Democratic. District 5, we have Meredith Lawson Rowe, also for the Democratic Party. District 6, we have Christine Cockley, Democratic, and Matthew Jackson running for the Republican Party. State Representative District 7, the candidates for the Democratic Party are Michael Barus, Yukimi Akawinsan Jeter, and Zach Rossfeld, and William Mercer will be running for the Republican Party for District 7. District 8, Democratic Party, Anita Samani. District 9 candidates are Bruce Ewens, Republican, and Minori Yassin Abdullah is Democratic Party. District 10, Dennis D'Angelo, Republican. Mark Sigrist is the Democrat. District 11, Crystal Lett, Democratic Party. Sean Kaiser, Republican. District 12, Brian Stewart and Patty Hamilton for the Republican Party. Liam Strashbaugh for the Democratic Party. District 13, we have candidates Billy Fronimo was Republican, and Tristan W. Rader is the Democratic Party. District 14, for state representative, we have Sean Patrick Brennan for the Democratic Party. District 15, we have Chris Glassburn for the Democratic Party and Daniel Conway for Republican. District 16, you have Elizabeth Tejotos, Republican, and Scott DeMauro for the Democratic Party. District 17, we have Megan Coy for Democratic and Mike Davila for Republican. State Representative District 18, our candidates for the Democratic Party as follows: Davita Russell, Gabe Crenshaw, Peter Hoffman, Samuel Grubb, and Maureen Lynn is for the Republican Party. District 19, the candidates for the Democratic Party are Cheryl Perez, Deanna M. Gore, and Nicole Sigurdsson. Eric Geyer is running for the Republican Party on District 19 for state representative. District 20, our candidates for the Democratic Party are Charlotte Perkins, Eugene Miller, Lauren R. Welch, Michael Mike Seals, and the Republican Party you have Donna Walker Brown. District 26, both Democratic Party, Ashley Bryant Bailey and Tom Brinkman. District 28, Republican Jill Cole, and the Democratic Party Karen Brownlee. District 31, our candidates are two Republican Party candidates, Mike Cahoe and Stephanie Stock. Also, J. Noah Spinner for the Democratic Party on District 31. District 35, the candidates consist of two Democratic candidates, Molly Snyder and Samantha Salomon. Vic Sandhu is for the Republican Party. District 37, we have Phil Crippen and Tom Herner for the Democratic Party, Tom Young for the Republican Party for District 37. District 38, one candidate, Desiree Timms. District 39, two Democratic candidates, Daquan Neal and Mike Stevens. Mark Campbell for the Republicans. District 40, we have Liberal Joshua A. Umbaugh with Republican candidates Rodney Creech and Todd Smith. 41, Republican Ian Chamberlain. District 42, Elgin Rogers, Democratic. District 43, we have David Carmel and Christy Kelly for Republican, Michelle Grimm, Democratic, and Zach Hall, Liberal. District 44, we have David J. Fournier for the Democratic Party, Edward L. Schimmel and John W. Rosick are for the Republican Party for District 44. District 45, we have Jason A. Rashid, Democratic, Jennifer L. Gross, Republican. District 46, we have Benjamin McCall, Democratic, and Thomas Hall, Republican. District 47, Diane Mullins, Jordan Hare. Diane is Republican Party and Jordan is Democratic. District 48, we have, again, for state representative for District 48, from the Republican Party, we have Christine M. Hagan Nemeth, Edward Ed Lones, Gregory Wolf, Sue Grabowski, and for the Democratic Party, we have Nick Morris. District 49, our candidates consist of Britt Steiner and Krista L. Ellison for Democratic, Jim Thomas, Republican. District 50, Democratic Party, Brian Summers and Ryland Zachary Finzer. Republican Party, Matthew W. Kishman. District 51, you have Amanda Sue Fontana and Angie Pekarik for Democratic, Jody Salvo, Republican. District 52, we have Greg Banzek and Mike Baker for Democratic. Nathan H. Menon is the Republican candidate for District 52 State Representative. State Representative District 53, we have Bradley Alaco for Republican. Dan Nutt and Matt Lundy are for the Democratic Party. District 54, Brenda Buchanan, Democratic, and Kelly Dieter, Republican. District 55, State Representative candidates consist of Michelle Teska, Republican, Paul Kurtz, Democratic, and Philip L. Purdy, Liberal. District 56, candidates are Adam Matthews, Republican Party, and Lalita Acharva, Democrat. District 57, we have Jesse Stiles, Republican, Rick Walker, Democratic. State Representative District 58, for the Democratic Party, we have Baja Adamzak, John A. Bosseri, and Jordan Pecos. Heather Frank is for the Republican Party for the State Representative District 58. District 59 is Tex Fisher for the Republican and Wayne Penny Jr. for Democratic. District 60, we have Brian Lorenz and Peggy Guzzu for Republican, and we have Eli Wenzel and Shelby Kimball for the Democratic. District 61, we have two Republican candidates, Andrew O'Brenner and Sean Stevens, with Vince McGrail for the Democratic Party. District 62, we have Dylan Blevins and Gene Smith for Republican. Ian Swartz is for Democratic, and Ron Krethel is Liberal. Our State Representative District 63, we have Republican Adam C. Byrd and Democratic Debbie Davidson. District 65, we have David Thomas, Republican, and Lorna Westlake for Democratic. District 66, we have two Republican candidates, Aiden C. Haggard and Sean M. Hudson. Also, for Democratic, we have Chris Nardo and Judson Paroli is the Liberal. District 77, we have Brooke Dillon for the Democratic Party, and we have Meredith Craig for the Republican. District 85, Democratic candidates are John Newland, Pamela J. Grogan, and Victoria Maddox, with Tim Barhost being the Republican Party. District 86, we have Republican Party candidates Ben Weber, Stephen Wolf, Wesleyan Davis, and Kent Halloran for Democratic. District 88, we have Aaron W. Jones for Democratic Party, Eric Watson, and Gary N. Click for the Republican Party. State Representative 93, we have Jason Stevens, Republican, and Larry Kidd, also Jessica Harper for the Democratic Party. District 94, for State Representative for the state of Ohio, we have Kevin Reeder, Republican, and Wenda Sheard, Democratic. District 97, Adam Holmes for the Republican, Jason Goodwin for Liberal. And lastly, State Representative District 98, we have Mark Heiner for the Republican and Scott Groud for the Democratic Party. Okay, so that is all as far as the candidates that are listed for those particular positions. We went over government, lieutenant governor, secretary of state. We went over state representatives and senators for the state of Ohio, our great Buckeye State. Please pay attention to the following measures that will be on the ballot in your primary election on tomorrow, May the 5th. There's going to be different counties. We definitely pay attention. Counties of Hudson City, Clark County, Richland County, Brown County, Muskegon County, Logan County, Mercer County, Champion County, and Vinson County, Perry, Scloto, Grenser, Washington, Miami, Defiance, and Adams, Gallia, Morgan, Morrow, Barberton, Clearmount County, Cuyahoga Falls City, Licking County, Washington County, Claremont again, Fulton, some more with Claremont. Claremont, you have quite a few to be paying attention to tomorrow when it comes down to the measurements in regards to the issues that are going on. Lorain County, Portage, Lucas, Lorain, Columbia City. So again, we had a lot of information to go over. I tried to keep it 20 minutes or below. Again, if you missed anything I said, or you still want to follow up and get more information on the candidates that are running for the Democratic Republican Party pertaining to the positions that are being voted on, please check out ballot, B as in boy, ALLOT as in Tom, ready, READY.org, all one word. Select your state, Ohio, and you will be directed to your state candidates, their profiles, their parties, all the information that you need to know. Also, in regards to the measures that I mentioned for the counties that you all have to, the measures that are going to be on the ballot, please look those up and get more information on what you'll be voting about so that you can make a sound decision. Again, I am Kimmy J, and I wanted to share this information with you pertaining to the state primary elections for Ohio, our Buckeye State, which will be held on tomorrow, Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Go out, do your part. Your vote matters. Your time is important, and it matters. And we are all a part of the United States. So good luck to all the candidates. And just make it count. Your vote matters. Thank you so much for your time and this opportunity. Have a great day.